Hello everyone, I'm Tom, this is Jade. We're just going to do a quick personal update on the holiday that I just went on. In the end of July, finished uni, so I was very fortunate to go on a 5-week long holiday to Europe with my partner Liv. We travelled to 6 different countries in the Netherlands, the UK, France, Italy, Switzerland and Greece, which was beautiful and very fortunate. And Jade's here has got a few questions to fire away at me to get us going in the chat.
I do indeed, even though I don't really want to hear the answers because I am quite jealous. So, what was your favourite place you went to?
It's a great question. I've been asked a few times. I would say there's probably 3 that I found particularly wonderful, and I think the Cinque Terre, which is the Italian Riviera, which was really beautiful. I absolutely loved Greece, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the questions. And Switzerland was just magnificent. The landscapes there are so beautiful. So yeah, absolutely love that.
Love that. My question for you after that is, how did the Duolingo lessons help out while you were there? You're very passionate towards the cause of the Duolingo lessons, so let's hear it.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, I spent the 4 months prior to my holiday learning Greek on Duolingo, which I thought may or may not help me. I've stitched myself up a few times saying the wrong things, but I think there was a particular instance where I was trying to impress one of my friends at the oldest cocktail bar in Santorini. And I've gone up to the bar and ordered all these drinks and done all this stuff and spoken fluently. And then the bartenders turned around and said, "I don't speak any Greek, sorry mate." So I just wasted 4 months of my life. No, I'm just kidding. But it was it was good, but there was times where it probably wasn't, exactly worth the effort. But that's all right.
Love it. It's the the memories that matter, right?
Yes.
If you had to pick one place that was most memorable, which would it be?
I think Santorini was definitely my favourite place. I got to catch up with one of my best mates there, so that made it all the more special. And the sunsets there are awesome. And we did a lovely catamaran boat tour on one of the days, and that was just so cool.
Lovely to hear it. So now we're going to get into a bit more of the wild side, I guess. On a scale of drinking tea with grandma to dancing on tables, how would you rate your holiday?
Look, there was a...
Did you dance on a table?
Yeah, we did. There was in Mykonos, so there was a pretty wide spectrum, and we did go down on the party side, but we also probably landed mostly in the grandma drinking tea side. Just obviously travelling with your partner is a little bit more relaxing than, if you're travelling with a bunch of your mates, so it was very good nonetheless.
Yeah, love that. Don't let me loose over there. And then this question, I feel like you've kind of already answered it. Did you have any funny miscommunications or misunderstandings with the locals in any of the countries? But I feel like you do have a good story here that you have told us about before, and I think you should share it.
I can't remember.
I guess it's not really a miscommunication or something, but the hike one.
Oh,
I did like that story.
Yeah. Well, yes. So we went on a big hike in Switzerland and we got, I'm going to say lost, but I think we were on the right track. There was just no one there and there was no signs. So I don't know if you call that lost or not. But anyways, we spent hours and hours walking through the middle of nowhere, and we finally got to the destination to find out that there was a miscommunication in the bus times to get us back to the train station. So we ended up missing the last bus by a few hours, and we're going to have to sleep the night in this haunted village or whatever it was in Switzerland. And then the only way back down the hill was a random German guy that was driving his car down, and he didn't speak any English, and the only German word I knew was Dankeschön. So I said thank you probably about 10,000 times on the way down. So I guess that's probably another good miscommunication one, but...
I do like that. Didn't you get chased by an animal as well on that?
Yeah.
I love how you left that part out.
Yeah, there was no miscommunication there. The ball just wasn't happy with us, so we got that one clearly.
Love it. If there was a holiday soundtrack, what would be the top 3 songs that played during your trip? And I feel like I'm going to know the answer to this, but fire away.
Look, it's hard to pick the top 3, and as much as you're going to hate it and Eileen's going to hate me saying, but I think Fred again got an absolute run for his money while we were over there, and I found one of his songs called Stay High Again right before we left, and that just got blasted the whole time, as much as Liv probably didn't enjoy it too much. But so I'd say that was our number 1, and then any other two Fred Again songs probably filled the top two. So
yes, and for some context, we have a work playlist that we created where everyone could send in their songs. It was meant to be 10, Eileen sent in 42, so then that set a tone for the rest of the team. But Tom picked 15 songs from Fred Again, so he was very...
had to counterbalance the Beethoven that Eileen put in there, so
it's a very got a good array of genres and tunes in that list. But we won't judge anyone for their music taste here. And then the very last question: was there any "I shouldn't have done that" moments that are appropriate to say on camera?
So that's a good question, and I was brainstorming a little bit because I wasn't sure, and then one definitely popped to mind, and it was Liv and I rented probably a 10-foot boat, and we drove around the Capri Island off the Amalfi, and it looked so good, and it was very fun for the first probably half an hour. And I was FaceTiming Mum driving this boat. I was like, oh yeah, this is the best thing ever. Like, look at the views and the water's clear. And then we went around the corner, and then there was just the roughest water and these mega yachts driving past, like putting out the biggest wakes ever. And Liv's at the front sunbaking, and I'm trying to drive this thing without sinking it. I was very, very stressed there for about 15 minutes. And then we got around the rough water and were parking the boat, but the anchor kept drifting in the sand. And then obviously you're parked against like boats at like $100 million and you're just drifting into it. So I pull up the anchor, drive forward, drop it myself. Liv wasn't too experienced with the dropping the anchor situation or driving the boat. So I think when I was in the middle of the rough water, I was like, this is a terrible idea, and I would have not done that again. But yeah.
I love it. At least you made it back safely to us, so that's all that matters, and you got the story to go along with it. So I think that wraps us up. Thank you for watching.
Cheers.